What's up, everybody? This is Mac Miller, and you are watching RWD TV, motherfucker. Blue Slide Park was like kind of like a landmark album for me, you know? It just kind of summed up the whole beginning and grind up until that point, you know? It's supposed to remind me always of where I come from. It's supposed to be something that reminds me of like how I got to where I was, the music that I made to get to where I was, like something that my fans that supported me for so long can always listen to. But kind of just a stepping stone to go into the next thing. A lot of my music has been fun, you know, feel-good music, and that's what I want to do that on Blue Slide Park, but also kind of just take it and go into the next step too, which is like what I'm doing as well. There is a song there's this one song, the interlude, Hole in My Pocket, actually originally was a song called Hole in My Pocket, and it had a sample in it. It's an incredible song. Like, it would have been, you know, one of the best songs on the album. And now I don't know when I'm gonna put it out because I've moved on to the next thing, you know, and it's like, that was a song for that album. But what happened was there was like sample clearance issues, and we didn't get the approval from the artist, and so we weren't getting it. I was like, look, we have 3 days left, you know, before we got turned in the album. Let me just email the dude personally. So I wrote this long email about like how I found the dude's music and like what I think about his song, the actual song, and why I want to use it and what the song means to me. And we didn't get a response in the next 3 days, but then like 2 days after that, like after we had turned in the album, he hit us back like, oh, you guys are definitely cool to use it. And I was pissed because I was like, we should have just done it, man. Frick Park Market is, yeah, this is a spot that I went to since I was, you know, 6 years old. And it's like, that track kind of sums up the album. It's like a summary of what the album is, which is like it gives you something that is something as familiar as the place that I grew up getting candy and slushies and all that. And then it kind of, when you get to the second verse, it kind of takes it into more like psychedelic, you know, imagination type alternate reality. As a kid, I was really interested in rapping. I didn't know anything. Like, I wasn't like 8 years old listening to like all this hip hop music, but I like was interested in rapping. I used to like write little rap songs all the time, and one rap that I performed in front of like a whole summer camp when I was 8, it was pretty bad. I actually stole the rap off my friend's older brother, to be honest. I never told anybody that. It was my friend's older brother wrote it, and I took it off his computer and rewrote some words and used it as my own. I mean, I think that the Beastie Boys are like hip hop legends, but they're also like, you know, they're some of the first people to really cross genres like that, like how they were like hip hop, but also like a punk rock band, and they could play all the instruments. You know, they're very creative individuals. You know, their legacy's gonna live forever, man. Like, the Beastie Boys, you know, are cemented in history as one of the most legendary hip hop groups of all time, and that's how it's always gonna be. And MCA's death sucks. You know, it's unfortunate and it's sad. And you know, cancer fucking sucks. But the music that they make is gonna live on forever. And you know, and my condolences definitely go out to everyone that's close to him and in the situation. But as fans, you know, we definitely plan on carrying on the legacy, for sure. There are a couple things I want to do. I'd want to be able to teleport, make traveling easier. Like, that would fix my life so much. I would much rather take that 22 hours of flying and change it to like, hey, I can do the show, pop back home, pop in the studio. Like, it would make my life so much easier, and less of people around me would love me more, because I would be able to be around. My virginity story is actually funny. I lost my virginity to my homie's ex-girl. I went to her crib and she told her parents I was gay, and that's how I was able to hang out at the crib. So I went in and we went to the basement. We were watching Nacho Libre. I mean, she did everything. I just laid there. And I was like, oh man, I just had sex. And then so I lost my virginity, and the next time I had sex, you know, I was all like, I'm a pro now. Except for the fact that that first time she had done everything. So the second time when I had to do something, I still had no idea what I was doing.